I'm here only, okay? Let me know once done.
British.
Yes, ma'am.
British.
British, ma'am.
Everybody is done, right? So, reflexive pronouns. Before we start doing reflexive verbs, we will have to learn reflexive pronouns because the reflexive verbs take these reflexive pronouns. That's how they become reflexive verbs. So, what are actually reflexive pronouns? The pronouns such as of English, myself, yourself, himself, herself, ourself. But in English, we don't say, right? I am feeling myself. Like I am myself feeling not good. So definitely, if you are not feeling good, you are yourself not feeling good, right? For a third person, you are not feeling good. That is not possible. So we omit this myself in English. But of Deutsch, we write it. For example, I know myself well, right? I know myself well. In this case, this myself is written in English also. I know myself well. So, reflexive pronouns are such which can come independently also and with reflexive verbs also. They are existing as a reflexive pronoun. With the reflexive verb, they become combination and independently they have their own meaning, all of these meanings. Okay. So, if we see a sentence called I know myself well. So, how will you write this? Can you tell me?
Is
Ish,
Kanamish good?
ish kena mesh gut. Correct. So, ish kena mesh gut. Accusative, right? Now, the next sentence. We can find ourselves. All of these sentences are taking reflexive pronoun as a proper object, right? We can find ourselves. Had this ourselves be omitted, what are you finding? This is the direct object, right? What are you finding? Ourselves. Ourselves. I'm looking for, we should find ourselves in this process. So that is where it is the main pronoun. Okay. So how can I write this one? When ourselves is this? Anyone?
Wir können uns finden.
Wir können uns.
Very good. Wir können uns finden, because können is coming, finden will come in the end, and uns will come in between. It will not come in the end like English. So wir können uns finden. Now you should thank yourself. You should actually thank yourself, right? So how will you say this? Thank. Danken is the verb and it's a dative verb. Now can you try?
Du sollst dir danken.
Danken. Du sollst dir danken oder sie sollen sich danken. Correct. Du sollst dir danken, ihr sollt euch danken und sie sollen sich danken. So all of these are different forms of you. Informal singular, informal plural, formal plural or singular. Whenever you want to say any meaning of the word wherein you are writing myself, yeah, I have done this myself. Yeah, ich habe mich das gemacht. Right? Ich habe das mich gemacht. No, ich habe mich das gemacht. That is, I have done this myself. So, mich, dich, mir, dir. And it's common for the other pronouns. Sich, uns, euch, sich. Is the concept of pronouns clear? Just the relative, reflexive pronouns. If I want to say, I tell myself this very often. If I'd say, I tell myself this very often. Meaning, auf Deutsch, wie kann ich das sagen?
Ich sage mich diese so oft.
What is the verb when sagen is used? Sagen is what type of verb?
Accusative.
Dative, right? So, ich sage mir das sehr oft. So, ich sage mir das sehr oft. I tell myself this very often. Okay? Okay, let's practice some more examples. But before we practice that, we'll practice them with words actually. Now, you have seen the usage, independent usage. Now, when they come with a reflexive verb, why and how they are used, we'll just now see. Let's note this down also. Let me know once it's noted, okay?
I haven't noted the last example.
Okay. Let me know once noted. I'll change the
None.
Noted.
All of you? Okay. Okay, write this down. Now, Kanwal, let me know. Patricia.
Repetition.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
One minute.
Just now,
Last example.
okay.
Still it's not. The example.
Example, I'll explain.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will note it down when I explain, okay?
Okay.
So just now we saw reflexive pronouns. Pronouns representing myself, yourself, the original meanings, myself, yourself. But in the translation, when we write auf Deutsch, We do not translate them when we write it with reflexive verbs. No translation of reflexive pronouns with reflexive verbs. You do not say to understand, we tell you to feel once for oneself, to book an appointment for oneself, right? To make an appointment for oneself. When we write Zish Ferabridin, that is a reflexive. You are anyway making an appointment for your own self, right? But that is for understanding purposes, we tell you. But during the original translation, you would never say, I am making an appointment for myself. Yeah, I am booking an appointment. I'm making an appointment. I'm planning a meeting. For myself only, I'll plan such things. So the translation of these reflexive pronouns with reflexive verbs in combination, in the structural combination, they are not translated. They do not translate as myself, ourself, yourself, herself. On and on, you do not say. You will not say, I shower myself. You shower yourself only. So you shower. I shower. So I brush myself. You will brush yourself only. No third person will come and brush. So the translation is not possible with reflexive verb combination. Representation, when you write a verb, like perfect representation, remember, heart gemacht, ist gekommen. Ist and heart are the representative forms with the perfect form. Similarly, reflexive verbs are represented with zish. Zish is taken as the representative form. That means if I tell you the verb is sich interessieren für. Sich interessieren für. That means that it's not implying the fact that in every case this will come. It will change according to the subject and the case. What subject? The personal pronoun. The case, accusative or dative. Okay. For example, case of the reflexive pronouns are mostly, maximum times, it's accusative. Dative, if there is a direct object. We will do this part just now. First, we'll understand the accusative part. Okay, if there is a direct object, then there will be dative. If you say, I am brushing my teeth. So what are you brushing? When this question of what is answering, that means the direct object is functioning. The question of what is answering. What are you brushing? My teeth. What are you washing? My hands. So ish, washer, mish, right? Ish, washer, wish, I'm washing. Object is not there. Ish, washer, mir, meine Hände. That means, what are you washing? My hands. That is the concept of direct object. In accusative, there is no direct object. Always accompanied by a prepositional object. Okay? 3 things you just saw. Reflexive verb combination. The direct translation of these reflexive pronouns is not possible. They change according to the subject and the cases. And mostly reflexive structures of verbs are accusative, unless and until there is a direct object present accordingly together. We will see what is that, how is that subsequently. For example, this verb we have sich interessieren für. You've already seen this in your book. To be interested for, right? To be interested for something, right? Or to be interested in something, same meaning. I am interested in football. I am interested in football. That means ich interessiere mich für Fußball. And this reflexive entity will come right after your verb. Because this is a pronoun, remember, in the order of sequence of priority, time adverbs were given priority after the traditional positionings. Now, when you got to know pronouns, I told you pronouns are given priority above the time adverbs. So this is some sort of pronoun. So that is why this will be given priority above the time adverb. So ich interessiere mich für Fußball. Yes, Felia?
Ma'am, this is answering what? Like, I'm interested in what? The football. So why
Correct.
not need? Yeah.
Correct. Because the direct object is not there. You are adding a preposition for that. You cannot say ish interessiere Fußball. Right? You are saying ish interessiere mich für Fußball. Had this für not been there, then
Because
this
of
would
the
have.
preposition.
Correct. When there's a preposition added, this is not a direct object. It is a prepositional object. Definitely it will answer the question of what, but without the addition of preposition. In what? It is answering the question of you're interested for what or in what. Right? What are you interested for? Getting it? It's not directly what are you washing or what are you cleaning. That way, the direct object implies. There is no for, in, of, anything added. So whenever there is a preposition, this is not a direct object. That is why accusative. Ich interessiere mich für Fußball. Yeah. Next. I am happy about the wedding. I am happy about the wedding. And the verb here is sich freuen über. Can you tell me the translation? Now see, about the wedding. Had this been I am happy the wedding, the direct object would have been the wedding. But it's not that. So I am happy about the wedding und sich freuen über. Can you tell me the translation?
Ich freue mich über
Hochzeit.
über die
Der
Hochzeit.
Hochzeit.
Correct. Über die Hochzeit. Ich freue mich über die Hochzeit. This much is clear. Accusative, indirect object, that means all objects or all descriptive
Über die
objects
Hochzeit.
coming after a preposition. Those are indirect objects. Preposition. Yeah.
Still not sure from this direct and indirect.
Okay.
And
First-
the example is also
So the verb is actually sich freuen über. Okay. And these verbs which you are seeing right now, they take, remember from the starting I've been telling fixed prepositions with some verbs. Remember? Some were reflexive and some were not reflexive. For example, very easy example so far that I've told you, teilnehmen an. Teilnehmen an, to participate in, is not reflexive. It's normal teilnehmen an. Okay, fixed preposition. But in this case, sich interessiert, I am interested in something, so I am myself interested in something, right? So that is directly reflexive. This is always reflexive. Number one, when it's always reflexive, you will have a certain preposition sometimes accompanied with it. Sometimes, not always. In most cases, there is a preposition accompanied. And this preposition is fixed. I cannot write sich interessieren über. I cannot write sich interessieren in. No. When für is the preposition, the translation can be interested in or interested for, but my preposition will stay für. Okay? So sich interessieren für. Similarly, sich freuen über, and there is one more preposition that comes with freuen, sich freuen. That is sich freuen auf. Okay? Remember this much. Whenever I'm telling you the preposition part, some verbs will definitely take that fixed preposition always. And whenever it's fixed, what case it will take, how it will take, that I will tell you right after this. Let me explain the object part first. See, in this reflexive verb structure, two cases are possible only, accusative or dative. Clear? So when mostly we are saying almost 90% of the cases are accusative. Because normally these reflexive combinations have a preposition attached to it, maximum times. So my work is done. There is no object that can be written in this sentence without the help of a preposition. For example, just now Faria asked, I am interested in football. It's answering the question of what are you interested in, right? For. This in and for which are added makes all the difference. That means this preposition will be accompanied to tell what am I interested for or in. So that means this is not my direct object. Direct object means when I'm answering, what are you washing? For example, Vesha, right? Ish, Vesha, Ishvasha, Mish. This sentence I'm writing, I am washing myself, right? I am washing my hands myself. Yourself only you will wash. For your hands you are washing, right? So, ish, vasha. Now, if you ask yourself the question, my hands, I am washing my hands. What are you washing? Am I adding any preposition to it? Or in, about? No, right? I'm directly asking with the verb, what are you washing? Understanding this part? There is a direct connection between that. It's directly answering what, without the help of an external preposition. Yeah.
Ma'am, what if it's I am washing my hands for eating?
Then it's again, you are washing your hands. This for eating part is an additional part. You will write some SM. That you will definitely write. But I am washing my hands. Nokhainmal, once again, if you analyze, washing my hands is not taking any preposition in between. Is it?
No. So mere.
It is coming directly independent of an external preposition.
Right.
That means it is a direct object.
Okay.
So, ish, vasha, near the Hände. Somewhat clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, then if you're using this verb washer, we can't say Ishvasha meine Hände.
Ishvasha meine Hände. No. Ishvasha mir meine Hände. Because you are self.
Ishvasha mir meine Hände.
Correct.
You can say like that.
Yes. You can say like that. Ishvasha mir meine Hände. You can say like that. But
then the Hände will be possessive and
correct.
the person is like me, that mir, that is dative.
Correct. The reflexive part will take dative, but the object what are you washing? Hands. This will always stay in accusative. Correct. Very well, sir.
Okay, so
Just,
this hand here is direct object. So in that case, the person will be dative and the thing will be.
Correct. Correct.
And the exact translation will be I wash myself my hands. It's like that.
Correct. Correct. But like I said, you don't translate it. In your head, you can translate it, but it's not really, it doesn't really make sense sometimes also, right?
Yeah.
I'm showering myself. You shower yourself only. So, ish dusha mish. So, you will write ish dusha mish. Dushan is the word to shower, right? To shower. So, ish dusha mish. You will write. But translating way, you won't say that. You will say, I'm showering. Well, I'm taking a shower. Something like that. That's all. Don't worry, we are still yet to come on the object related note part, but basic formulation you've understood. Can we do a few examples before we go to the note part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, no, I'll write it just separately. There is a long list of verbs. Like if I will share this list with you, reflexive pronouns, reflexive verbs, and some fixed verbs, verbs with fixed preposition. All of this we'll be doing today. That's why it's a little heavy topic. It might need a little practice, but don't worry, you'll get along with it. So, for
Ma'am,
example,
Es ist 8:05 Uhr nachmittags.
also, could you like tell us like when we are making sentence, what will come in like priority wise, what will come
or
while
arrangement,
yes, yes,
yeah, would tell you mean the positioning of the word.
yes.
Okay, so let's take the most easy verb that we have seen, sich fühlen. Okay, and if I want to say sich fühlen, sich freuen auch. Noch einmal, this is accusative. This prepositional object I'm saying. This will be accusative. Okay, sich fühlen and sich freuen auch. Now, if I have to make a sentence with sich fühlen and I am asking you to make this sentence, that is, check if there is an object or not. Okay, can be without an object also. So, how will I translate this sentence? Ich
Fuel,
Ich fühle
Nicht,
nicht
nicht gut.
mich nicht gut.
correct. Is there an object in this sentence?
No.
Correct.
no.
So no direct, in fact, no object. That's why accusative. Okay. Now, if I say I am looking forward to your answer. Sich freuen auf bedeutet to look forward to.
Ich freue,
Ich
freue
Ich freue, ich freue mich
auf,
auf deine Antwort.
ich freue mich.
How? Let's see if this is correct or the structure. Okay. Now, why not near here? Can anybody tell me? Yeah.
because position preposition auf
Correct. So
Because of preposition here.
correct. So this is actually what?
prepositional
Perfect. Prepositional object, but not direct object. Noch einmal haben wir hier no direct object. That's why, once again,
No, I didn't get that.
did not get it?
No.
Okay. Just now you saw ish washer mir the hinder. When you were writing minor hinder, were you writing any preposition before it?
No.
No, right? That is the sense of direct object, indirect object. Whenever an object is coming with the accompanying preposition, it's an indirect object. When it has to take the support of a preposition, it is not a direct object. It is a prepositional object. But when it's coming without, irrespective of the existence of preposition, like Faria only made the sentence, what was that? For eating,
I
I'm
wash my
washing my hands. Correct. I'm washing my hands for eating. So washing my hands is still without a preposition. For eating is an added entity. That will definitely take part in a sentence in the added part. But the before part that I'm concerned with is what reflexive entity has to come here. I am washing my hands. I'm not saying I'm washing with my hands. I'm washing to my hands. I'm washing by my hands. No, nothing like that. Directly, I'm washing my hands for eating. For eating is an added entity.
So
Getting it?
here, and what is indirect object?
Indirect object is this only prepositional object.
Okay.
Whenever something, some object, definitely answer, here is an object, reply you want from somebody, right? But it's not coming independent. It is coming to your answer, right? Looking forward. I can't say I'm looking forward your answer. No, I'm looking forward to your answer. So this to plays a role in converting it to a prepositional object. As soon as it becomes a prepositional object, it does not remain a direct object. So my reflexive verb in this case turns out to be accusative. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Okay. I will show you some more notes. Yeah. So, for example, sich ansehen. To wear and to dress up. To wear and to dress up. You know this verb already. We have seen once in A1 also. Sich ansehen. Ich ziehe mich an. Wir ziehen uns an. Right? There is no object in it. I am wearing a dress. Had this been, I am wearing a dress. Right? I am dressing up. I am wearing a dress. I am dressing up. So, what will I write? Ich.
One doubt. If you are writing Jis and Zihan, then why you are not using this Jis in the sentence? If it is fixed preposition, then why you are not using it?
This is not a preposition. Na? Yeah, in the starting only I said this zish, what we are saying is actually a representative of, like, perfect form you saw. Perfect form was heart gemacht. Is gekommen. Representation. When we are representing the reflexive verbs, this zish is the representative form. Just the representation. Bar bar to we can't write mish, dish, uns, zish, oish. We can't write all of these mere. So one representative form we have written zish. This zish will change as soon as my subject and case comes in play. This is the root form. Root form, you understand? When you are representing a word, and I'm telling you that this is a reflexive verb. How will you know that this is a reflexive verb? I will represent it by saying sich interessieren für. This is the
And
representation.
we don't have to use this every time. We have to use other instead of this.
Yeah, this sich will be variable. How variable? According to case and subject. According to the case and subject, it will be variable.
Okay, understood, ma'am. Now understood. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is just the representation form. So
Okay.
I was just asking you, I am wearing a dress. I am putting on a dress. So ish, ziha, mish, that means I'm putting on something. A dress, direct object here, right? So what will I write? Can anybody tell me? Ish, ziha,
Ich sehe mir
correct. Das Kleid,
das Kleid.
somewhat clear. The object part. Same thing that I've mentioned here. I've told you there. If there is a direct object, something giving answer of what and whom. Person also. Ansehen, to wear or to dress up. Ich sehe mir ein Kleid oder das Kleid an. This is the direct object because this is not accompanied by any preposition. You can write this part and let me know once noted. Let me know once noted. Then we'll practice a few examples with dative.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, ma'am.
Done.
Everyone?
Yes.
Noted, ma'am.
Okay. Before we practice some examples, just see these examples. Sich ansehen, one verb. Okay. Just take one verb into consideration right now. To dress up and to wear. Ich ziehe mich an. That is, you are dressing up or you are wearing clothes. Ich ziehe mich, I am dressing up. Ich ziehe mir eine Hose an. That means I am dressing up, I am wearing a pant. Direct object, not using any preposition here. If I am saying I'm dressing up for a party, in this case, I'm not telling the direct object what am I wearing. I'm just saying I'm dressing up for a party. Ich sehe mich für die Party an. Noch einmal, prepositional object and indirect. This for what is coming, not what direct or whom direct. For what? Ich ziehe mir eine Hose für die Party an. That is a different scenario. Note this down as well. Ich ziehe mir eine Hose für die Party an. Direct object is also there and for the party. For the party. Similar example to what we just did. I am washing my hands for eating. My hands are still the direct object. For eating is an additional thing. Similarly, preposition like this. And then ich sehe mich für die Party, right? Mit Sam in der Kneipe an. So I am dressing up for the party with Sam in the club. Nothing here is direct object. It is just an added part of the sentence. Note it down and do let me know if you have doubts.
Ma'am, it's D Kneipe, right?
Die Kneipe. Genau.
Not yet, ma'am.
Others also let me know.
Noted.
Oh, note it, right, everybody?
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
more? Okay. So just now you saw the difference. Let's practice a few examples and then we'll do a very important concept of fixed preposition because it is to be understood together. That's how you will understand. Uh, Okay. Just these four. First one. Sich putzen is the verb. Okay. It is to clean oneself. When I say I clean, what will I write?
Ich putze mich.
Ich putze mich.
Putze mich. Accusative. Why? Because
No object.
no
No
direct
object.
object. No direct object. Correct. Then I clean my teeth.
Ich putze mir Zähne.
Putze mir meine Zähne.
Correct.
Meine Zähne.
Yeah, both are correct. Ich putze mir meine Zähne. This is directly answering your question of
What?
okay. I clean myself for the school. Or 1 second. Yeah, now tell. Ich
Ich putze
Meine Kind.
mir
Mir Kind.
meine
For meine
Kind für die Schule.
Ich putze mir
Ich putze mir mein Kind für die Schule.
mein Kind
Mein Kind für die Schule.
Für die Schule.
Understanding the concept because you are cleaning yourself the kid. Like kid is not capable to clean himself, so you are cleaning the kid, right? So that's why the reflexive entity still exists here. So this is the direct. And what does it answer? Question of
what?
What? Or who?
whom. What or whom.
Hmm.
Clear? Both examples. Then Zish came in to comb.
Ich käme für die Party.
Ich käme für die Party. Ich käme mich für die Party.
Correct. Ich käme mich für die Party. And next one.
Ich käme mir Haare für meine Party.
And this one. Sich entschuldigen für. To excuse oneself for or to apologize for. Both meanings it takes.
Ich möchte Entschuldigung mir für die Verzögerung.
Delay is Verspätung. We can say.
Verspätung.
Ich möchte Entschuldigung mir für die Verspätung.
Yeah. Just one thing. When we have modal verb, the main verb will go.
Abdullah.
At the end.
Ich möchte
Möchte mir.
check if
Sorry,
there is
ja, ich möchte mich für die Verspätung entschuldigen.
Ich wollte.
Is this sentence clear for everybody?
Ma'am, it's answering what? For
For
the
what?
yeah, but the prepositional object is later, right? To excuse myself. Why not Mia for this?
Nokaiman, ask the question. What?
Uh, I would like to excuse myself for the delay. It's answering what?
For what or what?
Prepositional object is there. For the
Correct.
yeah,
It's
got it.
answering for what, right? It's answering for what are you excusing yourself? For the delay. So this for is actually making it as an indirect object. Okay. Then sich beschäftigen mit, to engage oneself with or to make oneself busy with something. So what is this? How will I write this? Ich
Beschäftigung.
correct. Ich beschäftige
Mich mit
Mich
mit Household
mit
mit
Haushalt.
Haushalt.
heute.
Heute.
So what will I do is ich beschäftige mich heute mit Haushalt. This will be the order because my reflexive will take priority over my time also since it's a pronoun. What takes priority? Let's see. Pronoun.
Pronoun.
The verb structuring, normal, traditional, positions. That is verb position, second, subject, first or third, right? Then comes my pronoun, third, right? Then comes my time adverb, fourth, then followed by my prepositional additions. There is also a catch here. If you see, I have written subject comes either on first or a third. That means in a normal sentence, subject, verb, object. And this is my, just let's see, time adverb. You know, we can write time adverb in place of this and this and this. This much you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So when we interchange the time adverb, we do not interchange the pronoun. Pronoun will always stay either on third or on fourth. In case we are writing the time adverb first, that means subject cannot go on fourth. Subject will either be first or third. In some sentences, you might see some people have started the sentences with time factor, right? So in that case, time, verb, subject, pronoun, and then the remaining part. Understanding this part? This only happens when they want to emphasize on the time factor. That is it. Otherwise, when there is a pronoun in a sentence and the time factor is coming in the sentence normally, it will come behind the pronoun.
Man,
Klar?
like heute beschäftige ich mich mit Haushalt.
Correct. Heute, very good. Like we can write, if I want to say today only I'm engaging myself with the household. Other days I'm not. So that means I want to really emphasize on my today. So heute beschäftige ich mich mit Haushalt. This will be the sentence. Klar? Is it clear or are you getting confused?
La.
Clear, ma'am.
Others?
Clear, ma'am. Clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, since we are doing positioning, one more thing, let's get added to it. Subject, pronoun, time, prepositional object, right? So there is place related object also and reasoning related. Like reasoning, like we say na good gemacht. Good. How did you do it? I did it well. I did it good. The how part. So this time will come, prepositional object will come, and the location object, the location of the thing, the place related thing will always come in the end and can be interchangeably used with prepositional object. Yeah, the place related thing can also be prepositional thing also. For example, in, zu, right? Zu, zum Geschäft, to the shop. The place is shop, to the shop. So it can be prepositional object also. But if it's answering the question of where, location ho gaya wo in the sentence, that will take the backseat in comparison to the above. Clear? Subject, time, pronoun, their place, then the remaining part of the sentence followed by location. Prepositional and location are interchangeable. Normal prepositional with somebody at this place, with somebody to this place. So with somebody to this place can come in this order also, or to this place with somebody can be interchangeably used. Clear?
Almost.
Almost? Okay. Let me take an example. If I'm saying, this sentence only, let's take. Heute beschäftige ich mit Household. Okay, this is the sentence. Time, first position ho gaya because I wanted to emphasize on that just to tell you. So, heute beschäftige ich mich mit Haushalt, right? So, I am engaging myself with household at my home. So, zu Hause. This part will come in the end, preferably. Why? Because this mit is a fixed preposition with my verb. So somewhere I'll give a slightly higher probability to this fixed preposition. Had this been a random preposition, which out of understanding I have put like zu Hause, I could have interchanged the location of the word and the other prepositional entity. With household, für mein Kind zu Hause. So today I'm engaging myself with household work for my child at home. So this part, what I'm saying is interchangeable. I can say zu Hause für mein Kind also. I can say für mein Kind zu Hause also. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, you
Ma'am,
don't need to.
can't we interchange mid household also? Like it's also a
Yeah, we could have changed it, but we won't change it because just now we saw na some prepositions are fixed with verbs, right? So this mit was actually fixed with this beschäftigen, sich beschäftigen. That is why my mit was giving preference
Oh yeah.
over
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
these two. Had
Okay.
this not been the fixed verb preposition, I could have definitely put it later. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah, but don't worry. This is actually a very deep concept. It is in B2. I've vaguely explained to you. You won't need this. Just remember, location part comes in the end, time factor, pronoun, and normal sentence structure. That's it. You don't need to confuse yourself with so much of it. A very basic, when you know there is a location mentioned in a question, that has to be given the last priority. That's it. Clear?
Clear, ma'am.
Others? Nobody else is
Yeah, ma'am.
okay. Okay. So is it too much or you are ready to take a little bit more related to
It's
verbs?
too
No,
much.
ma'am. Too much,
It's too
ma'am.
much, ma'am. Today it's
Okay, I know, I can understand. So I will send you exercises. Let's do one exercise together. Wait. I need to check if I have uploaded the exercise in a different classroom. I'll send it to you guys. So it's better to practice immediately. Okay, meanwhile, there is a list here. The time being, I'm looking for exercises. Note this list down. It would be very nice if you note it down. Okay, start noting it down as much as you can, and the remaining part I'll be posting it also, so you can cover it there. And I'll look for the sheet. You're noting it down?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Not yet.
Okay. Just note down this entire page and then I'll give you the worksheet.
Noted.
Everyone?
One moment.
Okay.
Noted.
Come on.
Okay. So the second worksheet, noted at home. Okay. This is including the second topic also. So just 4 more are there. But yeah, you noted.
Last one in the previous sheet.
The last page? Okay.
Yeah, please. House. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. 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 So these are the sentences. You have 10 minutes. I have written down the reflexive words that you need. Either if you want me to focus on something, let me know. Other than that, these are the words. Okay. Divya, Natasha, Fariha,
Fetish.
Midul,
Yes.
Arunima,
Yes.
Arvind, okay. Arunima, Menika, Athar, sind Sie auch fertig?
Ma'am, I have done 6.
Sorry, Arunima?
I have done 6 questions.
Okay. So should we discuss or are you doing further? You should.
Yeah, we can discuss, ma'am.
Oh. Okay. I relax well on weekends.
Ich ausruhe mich gut am Wochenende.
Very good.
Ich ruhe mich.
This one, yes. This is a
Ein
trennbar
Verb.
verb. Ich ruhe mich gut am Wochenende aus. So you can also write Ich ruhe mich am Wochenende
Am Wochenende gut an.
aus. Correct. Good. Then next one.
Ich dusche mich.
Okay. Then one by one. Next one. Let's see. Okay. Arvind. Arvind, sind Sie da?
Yeah, yes. Wir freuen uns auf, auf die Sommerurlaub oder Ferien.
Ferien wäre besser. Vacations. Good. Wir freuen uns auf die Sommerferien. Correct. Then next one. Okay. Divya.
Sie hat verliebt sich mit der Stadt.
Heart is coming. So what sort of
Ja,
tense?
ja. Sie hat sich mit der Stadt verlieben.
Correct. Verliebt. Sie hat
Verliebt.
sich. And the fixed preposition is? In.
Ja.
Die Stadt.
Verliebt.
The meaning of this is to fall in love with. Okay, to fall in love with somebody, something. So in this case, this is city and this is actually accusative. Good. Then the next one. Okay. Arunima, can you try this one?
Ich freue über mich meine Hochzeit.
Yeah, just one change. Mish will come before preposition or after?
Sorry, before preposition. Ich
So
freue mich über meine Hochzeit.
good. Good. Mridul, next one.
One doubt in the fifth one. Ich freue mich sehr über meine Hochzeit.
Yeah, sehr.
And the
Correct.
next one. Sie sehen sich einen Mantel.
Okay. So is there a direct object in this?
Yeah.
Correct. So this dish is what?
Dative.
Had I referred you as informal, in that case, what will I write?
Du Zeher, dir einen Mental an.
Do beer einen Mantel. Very good. Good. Then the next one, Athar. Athar, are you present or absent?
He is typing.
Ma'am, I'm typing here. Okay. Okay. Type in the answers. Answer of 7. Meanwhile, we'll go to 8th. Natasha, 8th.
Wir treffen mit uns friends.
Mukhima, check the positioning of the reflexive pronoun and the preposition.
Okay. Wir treffen uns mit friends.
And mit is what kind of preposition?
Mit dative.
Then, if it's our friends, plural, what will I write?
Different. Ma'am, we are using our, we have a fixed preposition uns. So again, we need to use this our.
Our friends is our friends. When I'm saying we are meeting ourselves with our friend, this uns is playing the role of ourselves.
Okay, ma'am, I got confused between uns and uns. This, I thought this is for our friend only, so I did not write that.
Okay, now once more try an attempt. Okay, Athar, sentence needs to be changed, but okay, you can leave.
Wir treffen uns mit unsere Freund.
Unseren Freunden. Plural, dative, remember? C. Possessive pronoun, personal pronoun, reflexive pronoun. Totally different. Possessive pronoun is like an article. It comes always before a noun. So it's a possessive article. Our friend, my friend, your friend, his friend, her friend. So these are possessive. They are telling the possession of your friend. हमारे friend है ना, दूसरे के नहीं है. So the possession is being told. When we are talking about direct, you, me, he, she, direct person are being talked about, तो वो person हो गए, तो personal pronoun हो गए. And when we are talking about reflexive, we are doing some activity ourselves. He is doing himself. You are doing yourself. So ये reflexive pronouns हो गए. Reflexive माने the one which reflect on you only. Reflect your activity. So those are different. Every pronoun is different. Okay. When you practice, you will get it. Otherwise, it's very normal to get confused. Okay.
Okay.
This was actually dative plural, unseren Freund. Good. Then last one. Who is left?
Bis,
Yeah, Mridul. जी क्यों नहीं?
bis du interessiert dich for politics? Or we can say sind sie interessiert sich for politics?
Sind Sie interessiert? Interest.
What about
Interessiert.
past position?
Formal.
Interesserieren Sie sich für Politik?
Correct.
Interessieren du dich für die Politik?
Correct. Why not? Why not the way, Mridul, you were telling? Because we are not taking interessiert as an adjective here. We are taking sich interessieren für as a verb here. So, Jana in Frage. So, are you interested? That means it's coming in present only. So, interessieren Sie oder interessierst du dich sich in Politik? Klar?
Pure politics.
Sorry,
Ma'am, for you.
pure politics. Yeah, thank you. Pure politics. Genau. This much is clear. We're left with one more sentence. We'll do it. This sentence, what is, okay, you can see the message he has typed, right? Athar, can you change the sentence? What is to be changed in that? Anybody?
Ich sehe mir ein paar YouTube-Videos an.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Somewhat clear the concept of reflexive verbs?
Yes, ma'am.
I will post two more lists on Google Classroom. There are many reflexive verbs, but for A2 level and B1 level, some verbs are sufficient. Those lists I'm putting, there can be a little more in them. You don't need to learn all of them. You just need to know the basic at least. At least the handwritten list that I'll put, you should know that. Okay. And Monday we'll meet and we'll do the additional topic of this fixed prepositions. That's all. I'll post worksheet. Any doubt you have, you can ask me. We will end the class just now. Machen wir Schluss jetzt? Haben Sie Zweifel?
Ich bin müde.
Ich bin müde. Okay.
Ma'am, till when our class will complete the A2 syllabus?
I'm hoping till 6th of May or probably 10th of May. I'm trying till then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen, ma'am.
Auf Wiedersehen. Schönes Wochenende, hallo.
Schönes Wochenende.
Ein schönes Wochenende.
Auf Wiedersehen, Mann.
Auf Wiedersehen.